over to Vikas Arya ji.
Om Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasaha Parastat Tame Viditvati Mrityumeti Na Anya Pantha Vidyate Yanaya. Respected audience present over here today, after a wonderful program by the Tiny Tots and a spiritual meditation for 10 minutes, we'll have a 6-7 minutes discussion or a brief I'll discuss with you on what is Arya Samaj. How many of you are first timers over here who have come to satsang for the first time? Yeah. So I see quite a few hands going up. Yeah. So you must be wondering, you have been DV parents, I guess the UKG kids, right? The UKG kids. So I guess you have been parent for at least a year and this is your second year, isn't it, at the school? You must have heard that yes, the DAV group of institutions run by the Arya Samaj, but what really is this organization? When was it formed? What are its objectives? Right? What does it stand for? Some of those aspects I'll discuss with you in a few minutes to give you a very bird's view of the organization. So Arya Samaj was established in the year 1875. Which year? 1875. How many years back is that? 150 years. 150 years ago. Okay? It was established in Mumbai. It was set up in Mumbai. And it was set up by Maharshi Dayanand Saraswati. I'm sure you can see the pic at the back. Even DAV stands for Dayanand Anglo-Vedic. It was set up by Maharshi Dayanand Saraswati. What was the need for the Arya Samaj to be set up? So go back to the year 1800s and think about the Indian society. It was, even today there are a lot of superstitious beliefs, but at that point of time there were even more superstitious beliefs. Casteism was at its peak, right? Women rights just did not exist, and all of this and lot of ritualistic practices, animal sacrifices, right? Lot of dominance of the Brahmins in some sense, and all of this was ascribed to whom? Was ascribed to the Vedas. It was said that all of this is there in the Vedas. Sati is there in the Vedas. Animal sacrifice there in the Vedas. Right? Casteism there in the Vedas. Swami Dayanand Saraswati, who was himself born to a typical Brahmin family in the state of Gujarat, he had the strong inclination that there is something more to it, because some of these aspects don't really appeal to your conscience. Don't really appeal to your conscience. As the philosopher once said, it is the voice of conscience is very easy to stifle but impossible to mistake. The voice of conscience is easy to stifle but impossible to mistake it. So Swami Dayanand Saraswati, he went through intense study of Sanskrit grammar, intense study of the Vedas, and he gave the clarion call that we need to go back to the original message of the Vedas, which clearly implies that there is no system of casteism by birth. There's a Varna system. We are all born equals. God is accessible to everyone. There is no class difference out there. And Ishwar, because Ishwar exists everywhere, Ishwar is also formless. It's a true secular approach if you think through it. And with that perspective, Swami Dayanand Saraswati established the Arya Samaj, focusing a lot on knowledge. On knowledge. Right? And the knowledge was once again broken up into Paravidya and Aparavidya. What is Para and Aparavidya? The Aparavidya is your English, maths, sciences, etc., which you learn in the schools. Paravidya is the spiritual knowledge, which is even more important than the knowing your languages, sciences and mathematics. And that's why Swami Dayananda Saraswati set up the Gurukuls and also advocated setting up of not the schools the way we see it today. He was unfortunately poisoned. To my mind, Swami Dayananda Saraswati was the Martin Luther King of the Indian society. He was poisoned, and in his memory, in the 1886, the DAV schools was established because Swami Dayananda Saraswati stood for knowledge. And he also clearly said that, listen, I am not Ishwar, I am not God. Please don't make that mistake that you've been making all the time. I am only a Vedic scholar. And that's why he said, don't start putting up my idols once again. Don't start worshipping that. Go back to the original Vedas. Ishwar is formless and Ishwar exists everywhere. So that's the broad background. 1875, Arya Samaj was set up. 1883, Swami Dayananda was poisoned. 1886, dedicated to him. A few key followers, Mahatma Hansraj and Pandit Gurudat Vidyarthi, they set up the DAV group of school, the DAV schools, where? In Lahore in Pakistan. And then it moved to Delhi, moved to Chennai, and it was established in the year 1970-71. So my dear parents, today you have got your children here. They performed over here and they practiced this performance multiple times before they came here. All this left on them something called samskar. Something called samskar. Samskar are the impressions that get formed at the subconscious level. And it is these samskars alone that guide us on the path of dharma or adharma. As I mentioned a while earlier, knowledge can be paravidya and aparavidya. Just because you think that you admitted your child in DAV school, you definitely get good aparavidya, but you get little bit of paravidya only. It's not sufficient. I would implore you that take the time out. Please take your children to at least one place of worship every week. It is absolutely critical. Today they are young, you can manage them. Right? Yes, you need to get up, you need to make an effort to do that. Please don't think just because you got admission in DAV, your child will grow into a great individual. The answer is no. DAV has produced thousands and thousands and thousands of children, students over the years. Not that, right? Just because you're in DAV, you will get to a certain level. You need to make the effort to supplement the education with paravidya. Paravidya child learns at home as well. Its life experience is also paravidya, but you also need to learn paravidya in a structured form, and that's why you come to places like these. You come to the Arya Samaj, you go to other places of worship, try and look at knowledge, right? Because once you develop knowledge, you need to understand what is the true form of Ishwar, what is dukkha, what is sukha, what is true prayer, why do we need to pray in the first place? All these are multiple aspects that we need to learn about, and I feel that the journey needs to start with you first. Because even as parents, I'm sure we spent 15, 16, 20 years rather in aparavidya, focused on aparavidya, right? Schooling, graduation, college, etc. We hardly have spent any time on structurally learning about paravidya. So we also hold some courses. We'll also be starting an online batch fairly soon, right? Wherein we give a perspective on the Vedic Dharma, on mantras and shlokas, and on sattvic living. I request as many of you to take benefit of this and then pass those learnings on to your children, and also bring them over here to either Sunday satsangs or, as I mentioned, any other place of worship, so that spirituality is imbibed from early on. It is the spirituality alone that can help them address challenges in life, disappointments in life, problems in life, dukkha in life. Because remember, dukkha is there in everyone's life. Because we are born, dukkha is bound to exist. There are enough and more cases today. Children can grow up, get to the best schools, go to the best IITs, get to the best courses, but even over there they go and commit suicide. Isn't it? Enough and more cases have been keep coming forward. Now to address all of these, you need to get into Paravidya as well. With those few words, I will thank you so much. Thank you parents to encourage your child to at least take the first step to bring them over here for all the encouragement provided, and to all the acharyas for the effort they've taken. Thank you. Namaste. Sir, you please come.
Namaskaram. Today's program was, I think everybody liked it, and many of you may like to see it again. So I want to inform you that this program will be on our channel, Arya Samaj channel, after 2 days. You can see and you can tell others also to see. I think children will like it more. They will be able to see their program. Thank you.
Special thanks to Krishnani sir to make all the arrangements for this recording and to get this done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Acharya Vikas Arya ji. So satsangs happen every Sunday starting at 8 a.m. in the Gopalapuram campus and in Saukarpet, and twice a month in Pallikarnai and Mogape. So we request all parents to attend satsangs regularly. Bring your children so that they will learn spiritual knowledge. Now moving on to announcements. So this is a special program in follow-up of Acharya Vikas Arya ji's words. These are camps or shivers called Manur Bhava. Be human is the meaning. These Manur Bhava shivers happen in our ashram in Pondicherry, which is called Vedic Vidya Kendra. These camps are for students from class 6 to 12. Monthly, twice, one for boys, one for girls. So parents, it's open for both DAV and non-DAV students. So you can tell your neighbors and other school children also. From 6 to 12, it focuses on 3 areas: spirituality, emotional and physical well-being, and patriotic spirit. There are learning sessions, decoding Vedic Dharma, mantras and slokas, sattvic living, and setting global narratives from the Indian perspective. And the children start early. From 4:30, go through Agnihotra, meditation, yoga, then learning sessions, then end up with introspection in the evening. 4 days without gadgets. That itself gives a good reason for you all to send all your children. Please enroll your children for these Manur Bhava camps or shivers. And there is a donation box outside. Please give 10 rupee or 20 rupee notes or whatever rupee notes to your children so that they learn the habit of giving to the society and giving to those who cannot afford, and for the activities of Arya Samaj. We now, there is an attendance sheet which we request all the participants of satsang to enter. Yes. So yes, as sir mentioned, there is another program for adults which is happening in person now in Gopalapuram called Decoding Vedic Dharma. It will also be opening online next. Again in person, there will be series of programs where what the children learn in Pondicherry, those learning sessions will be learnt here or given to adult like parents and teachers and other adults above 18 years. It happens in Gopalapuram every Saturday. And all of this you can learn by enrolling in your WhatsApp. The WhatsApp group, you can scan the code outside, join the Arya Samaj WhatsApp group, and also the Arya Samaj YouTube channel is there. Please follow, subscribe and follow. Now we invite the members of the Arya Samaj Youth Wing to perform the Aarti. Whoever knows the Aarti, the Jai Jagadish Hare, can please join. Children.